This is our little Tennessee walking horse mare, uh, Sassy but classy. She's a little thing. She's 14 one hands. Um, she's a sweet, sweet mare. I just love mares. And yesterday and the day before, Eric was riding her and trying to get her up into a canter. And a lot of times when you do that with horses, uh, they get kind of worried when you first do it, because it's a lot of new things. You can do as much as you can on the ground with the saddle and getting them running with the saddle and all that kind of stuff and things flopping around. But then when you get on them, you just kind of got to work through it too when you're sitting on them. Same sort of thing. And so they tend to get worried, and you kind of got to work
cantering
through it.
right there.
Yeah, look at that. So he's decided today to try to get her to canter on the ground. And what the goal is not just to canter, but to get her to canter and be relaxed. Look at her, she got a nice canter. She's doing real good there with the canter.
Yeah, I didn't really want her to, but she took off.
So we're trying to reprogram her, like help her see that she was trained one way, and I think just to go like a bat out of hell, and that's where she got released, but she was never calm about it. And so it's a process that takes some time, and that's what we're doing with her right now. We're trying to work through it with her, help her.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like if you're afraid of spiders or something, someone could say, oh, you don't have to be afraid of spiders all they want. It doesn't change you're afraid of spiders or snakes or whatever. But if you worked with them in a controlled environment, you could over time get through your fear like that. So this is the same sort of thinking with the horse. We got to work them through it. You can see she's a little bothered doing this. She's got her head up. You can tell by her eyes, So we got to change her mind.
Trying to get her to calm down here a little bit. I do want her to canter, but she's just running.
See how we relieved the pressure there, and then she drew in. See, but his body language, your body language is not saying that.
No, I mean, easy.
So you can see this is her. He's hardly putting anything on her.
Easy.
But she was, I guess, trained in a way where, if she didn't move when they said go, she probably got a lot of pressure in some form. And so she's remembering that, and she thinks that's what we want. And
good. Just walk.
We just gotta. It's just like I said, it's a kind of a slow process.
Walk. Easy. Walk. Good. I'm just gonna hold this up. I don't know why that worked, but maybe it was an accident.
She really thinks this is what you want her to do, you know? Race around like that.
I definitely don't want her doing this. Just relax.
Do you think, hey Eric, do you think she's holding her breath?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I haven't heard her blow out or anything yet.
No.
You just barely pick it up. That's what I mean by your pressure knob. It should be like a spring-loaded.
See,
Go
she's
back
going
to
into
zero.
it.
So every time you start with it, you go back to zero. You start at zero. You work your way up.
Good.
See, that was good.
Easy.
See that tail? How she's holding her tail up? Like she's even a little higher before. And that's, I think, why people do that stuff, like tie their tails up for showing and stuff like that. I think they're trying to mimic that, that spirited look. I think it's kind of silly to do that. I'm not sure. It doesn't, to me, it doesn't make any sense. But see that right there? Even higher, like they'll even hold it up higher when they're really, feeling spirited. And I think that's what people like to try to capture, that spirited thing. But what they end up doing is a lot of mechanical stuff to get it done.
Let her think about that right there. Stay right there. No. Alright, let's try this again.
See, so he clucks like that.
Good.
Yeah, he's trying to build that in. It means move something.
Ooh.
There you go.
Good.
See, she's got to pick up on the, I'll call it like volume that he does with his cue. Like if it's a whisper, just move off like a whisper. Don't move off like you've been shouted at, or that you've been, move off like you've just been lightly touched, and that's you got to build in that. Doesn't come, all that stuff's got to be trained, and so there she's coming up. See, drew her in. So that's the thing, like, and that'll really come in handy, like when you're, like if your horse has never been taught, like, to respond to different levels of pressure with varying degrees of, like, energy. Like if you put your leg on a horse and it just takes off like a bat out of hell, and that's what it knows. Well, say you're getting a jam I don't know, maybe get something wrapped around its leg. You're out on a trail or something, and you're trying to step around something and you can't get off your horse or whatever, you know. So picture that, and you
Good
well, even if you
girl.
get off your horse, but they don't know like to respond like with varying degrees of energy with slight amounts of pressure. You're going to have a wreck on your hands. So this is really
Good.
important, you know. And like when you go to do a gait, there'll be times where you just need the horse to move over 2 more inches, and then you'll be able to get, you know, you're in the right position. Well, you put a little leg on them, or you cluck, and they move up 5 feet. You know, that doesn't work for you. So.
Good.
Yeah, so she's starting to get it.
No. Slow it down.
That was not him.
Good
asking.
girl.
That looked really smooth. I wasn't looking at her legs, you know, to see what she was doing, but that looked really smooth when she took off there. I'll have to look at that again when I look at the videos. That's a pace right there, but
Good. Good.
horses are so sweet. I mean, they're such kind animals. I just love them. I love working with them. And you just had, I mean, this is the thing. You've got to get to this level with them where they realize, hey, this guy's different than the other people,
Good.
you know?
Good.
That surprised me. I don't have to, I don't have to run out like a maniac, you know? There's different levels and stuff like that. And they're really smart. I mean, horses are super, super smart. And, you know, people, I think, misinterpret if they're the flight, you know, the flight drive.
Good girl.
You know, as being stupid. You know, like they think, oh, you know, it's just so silly. That's just how they are. That's how they survive, you know. They have to flee, but they're really, really smart. I think they say horses are one of the few animals that can watch another horse doing something and can learn it.
There, tractor.
And I know that's true. Like with my horses here, like we have these, you know, these stalls, right? And they have this. I'll walk over here. It's kind of cool. We have these latches, see, like this. And you would think there's no way a horse could open that, right? See, what they do is they lift that thing like that, and it's gravity. So, well, our horses will lean their head over and do this with their lips, right? And they get that going, and then sometimes they figure out how to lift it, and then they move their neck and slide it open like that. And with those horses, we had to put a board here because they're so smart. And I ain't kidding you. You know, you'll see someone across the way, like this one, and watching that one over there do it or something. And all of a sudden they're doing it with their lips. You know, it's they're smart. I'm telling you, they're super, 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 super smart. And they're fun. I mean, they're curious, and I love all that stuff about them. They're just the neatest animals. I just love them. So that's what we're doing. We're trying her like with this right now, and what I'll do is I'll shoot another video when she gets a little closer. But this is the process, so you can see that see how she's worked up. Now, it'd be different if he was really flipping that flag and really getting loud and everything, you know, for have this response. But look at his demeanor. Is he telling that horse to do anything? No. Now he's stepping away to try to draw it in. See? So, but when she was running around like that, she was just like in her mind, just like she wasn't thinking. really much at all. So
Good.
this is what he's trying to do is get her to think instead of just being reactive, right? So anyhow, I'll shoot another video when we get a little further. Should people subscribe? They should. Hey, smash that like button and subscribe. Hit that notification bell. Thanks for watching.